So yesterday, like I said, we read this article. We formulated opinions on it, so we knew that we understood what was happening. We now know what the different letters of tide represent, what the role of all these letters are. So now I want to examine a piece of work that's not so great. Okay, and I want to use the rubric that I handed out to you guys. I want you to, it's two-sided. We're going to start with the side that says Fulton's informational rubric for a tied paragraph, Miller. Because we're going to look at my paragraph, okay? So the side that says Miller, we're starting with it. And we're going to use this. This is like an answer key, okay? Rubrics are great. When you're presented a rubric, if you use that rubric to the fullest extent, you should know what's going to give you the best grade, okay? So that's what we're going to kind of learn about today so that you guys can really make sure in the future that you make good grades. So I want to start. Will somebody read me the prompt that you see on the board, or if you have it pulled up on your computer, go ahead and read that prompt. Somebody, Jayla, thank you so much.
Song structure relates to the building blocks of a song that may be arranged in any particular order by the musician that composes the song. Identify two song structure concepts that will strengthen the song in discussing your own words, the importance of said concepts.
Said concepts. All right, perfect. So what is that prompt asking me first? What is it asking me to do?
Identify.
It's asking me to identify what?
Two song structures.
It's asking me to identify two song structures that what? Two song structures that will strengthen your song. Okay, then what else? It asked me two things. What's the other thing it asked me to do? Discuss in your own words, okay? So that's important. Discuss in your own words. So we're identifying two things, and then we're going to talk about the two things. Pretty straightforward. So I want to look down at my paragraph, okay? Initially looking at this paragraph, do you think this paragraph is going to be really good?
No.
No. Why do you not think it's going to be a very good paragraph?
It's called mediocre paragraph.
It's called mediocre paragraph, but also what else? Ignoring the mediocre part. Does it look like there's going to be a lot of information there? No, it looks very limited and just not, it doesn't look like we're going to have a lot of discussion, which is what's asked of us. So I'm going to break it apart. We're going to go through this together. We're going to start at the top of our rubric, okay? So we're looking at just the topic sentence. So my topic sentence says, song structure is up to the musician to create. Okay? Song structure is up to the musician to create. So looking at our rubric, 4 means that it's the best topic sentence, and it says that it addresses all aspects of the prompt effective topic sentence. Do we think this topic sentence is a 4?
What's it called? What's this paragraph called? What's it called?
Yeah, it's just a mediocre paragraph. So a not good paragraph. Do we think does this answer my question? What was my question? To identify two song structure concepts, right? Does it identify 2 of them in the topic sentence? No. So it doesn't address the aspect of the prompt, right? So it can't be a 4. Can it be a 3?
No.
Why not? Because it doesn't address any of the aspects, right? What about a 2? Does it address a few aspects?
I mean, it may.
Yeah.
But I really haven't really read it.
Kinda may. What about a 1? Is it a 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 2.
Why do you think it's a 2? Who said that? Was that? Because it says that in the article. It's up to the musician to create, and it is relevant, right? It is. It's not like I wrote a topic sentence that said dogs are my favorite pet in the world. So it is relevant. So yeah, I would go with a 2. So let's circle a 2 on that one. Circle the 2, or circle that box. Or if you have a highlighter and you want to be all cutesy, go ahead and highlight it. It's cool. All right, let's look at the next blocks here. The first the first important textual evidence. Okay, so. If we look at it, starting here, the article states that chorus melodies need to build energy. Okay? So, does it cite well chosen? You guys read this yesterday. Is that one of the things we talked about yesterday? Yeah, it is. Okay, so it's relevant.
Did you say circle the 2? What'd you say?
Yeah, on the top, yeah. Okay, but is that sentence missing anything?
Yeah.
Is it a perfect I sentence or is it missing anything?
A lot.
Yeah, I didn't quote anything, right? But it does have, what's the other thing that it does have? What was that? What did I refer to that as? Yeah, that sentence stem, right? So it does have the sentence stem, but it does not have quotation marks, okay? And we know that quotations are important when we write these things so that we're not plagiarizing or stealing anybody's work. So, somebody tell me what you think. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Based on what it's saying here under I sentence, what do you think we should give this first I sentence? Read through them. See which one qualifies. We know it's missing stuff, so it can't be what?
4.
It can't be a 4 because we're missing important parts of the sentence.
Can be 3.
It can be 3.
You think it's 3?
Yeah.
Why do you think it's a 3? What does 3 say, Dolly?
Cites relevant evidence from this stimulus.
Okay, so it's relevant, right?
Yeah.
And then if it were a 2, it says that the evidence is inaccurate. But we know that it's accurate because we read it and we've all agreed on that. So yeah, I totally agree with you. So let's go with a 3 on that one. You see how this is working?
Yeah.
See how this is working? How this can be used as like an answer key to help you build, and it'll really help you when you start revising, okay? So let's look at the next one, detailed examination. What do you think that one should get? Looking at our sentence, is there a D sentence?
Yes. Yes.
Is there a D sentence?
Yes.
Are you sure for that I?
No.
No! This person completely left off a D sentence, so what should it get? 1. It's not there. It's not there. So we can't give them a good grade if there's nothing there, okay? All right, so let's keep looking on. We have an I again. So this is our number 2 important textual evidence. Don't allow your song intro to go on too long. Is that an I sentence? So what are we missing? Is it relevant? Let's start there. Do you remember reading that in the article?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, so it's relevant. Okay? It is a thing that could make or break a song because we don't want to bore our listener with the long intro. But does it cite it?
No.
So where on our rubric should we place it since it does not cite evidence?
1.
1, because 1 says what, Dylan?
Does not cite evidence.
Does not cite evidence, and this clearly does not cite it. So you see how important it is to use those quotations and use that sentence stem. That's from the article, but we didn't cite it, so it automatically knocks you down to the bottom that quick. All right, we do have a D sentence for this one, though. The listener will become bored with a long intro. What do we think about that? Does it kind of answer why we chose that I? Yeah, we don't want it to go on too long because we don't want to make our listener bored and turn our song off. Okay. So where on our rubric, reading through those boxes, where on our rubric do we think we want to place that D sentence?
4.
Who said that? Dolly saying 4. Does it thoroughly and accurately explain and elaborate on the evidence, though?
No.
There's not much elaboration, is there? It's kind of just cut and dry. It's just kind of giving us real quick and brief of what's going on. So let's keep looking a little farther. If you look, number 3 talks about elaborating again. So what do we think?
2, 3.
I think it's a 2.
You think it's a 2?
Yeah.
It explains some of the evidence and demonstrates a partial understanding. I could totally see it as a 2. Yeah. I mean, it talks about why we chose it, and it makes sense. It just doesn't elaborate enough. Okay, it uses very basic words, right? It's using words that we would know in like middle school. It's not really using any high school vocabulary or anything along those lines. So totally. All right, let's look at our ending sentence, okay? Ending sentence. Good song structure can make or break a song. Good song structure can make or break a song. What do we think about that?
Yes.
Looking at our chart here, looking at our rubric,
2.
a 2, including statement is limited. Can agree with that. Somewhat reconnects or reflects on the topic sentence. Does anybody want to argue that it's anything different, higher or lower, based on the rubric? Or are we all going to go with a 2? Okay, let's go with a 2 then. Everybody mark that 2. And then we have a couple more things that on the rubric that are kind of grand scheme of our paragraph here. So grammar. Is the grammar at a grade level appropriate for you guys? So for you guys, you're high schoolers. Is the grammar high school level? Is it a little lower? Is it super below and unclear? What do we think? Based on that, where do we want to place this mediocre
2.
paragraph?
4.
No. 2.
I'm hearing 2. I'm hearing 4. Why you say 2, Dylan?
Because,
Is it unclear?
oh,
Or can we read it and kind of understand what's going on?
well, and I give it a feedback because we can kind of understand.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like a bunch of hodgepodge words stuck together, right? But is it on a high school level, writing? Does it use a lot of high school vocabulary that you talk about in English class?
No,
No, it's very basic that way. So what do you think?
it would be 3.
We want to go with a 3? Yeah, I agree. Let's go with a 3 on that. And the organization. Last part of the rubric, organization. So does it show evidence of planning? Does it stay on topic? And is it easy for the reader to understand?
No.
I got a no.
I understand it, but like, it's not good.
Yeah, I mean, it's missing a whole sentence that's supposed to help me understand one of my I statements, right? Does it mostly stay on topic or show some evidence at least?
Yes.
Yeah, it shows a little bit of evidence, so let's go with that. Shows some evidence of planning, mostly stays on topic. Again, I didn't put anything about dogs or cats in there. So, I mean, we're on topic. It's all about song structure. So that's good. So, now, you have this rubric that we just filled out. Okay, with a lot of 2s and 1s, and maybe 1 or 2 3s, looks like we put on there. So what I want you to do now is in this document, I want you to go in and I want you to fix these sentences, okay? So we want to fix that topic sentence. We want to make sure that it does what? What's a topic sentence do?
Show,
It all has
a topic and
all
how it gets affected.
topics.
It does what with this?
Yeah.
Starts with an A.
A.
What am I asking for right now? I'm looking for an answer.
Answer.
There we go. So we're going to answer our prompt, right? So I need you to make sure that we talk about those things that we have circled and underlined up there in the topic sentence. And then fix my I sentences. I want you to, for one of the D sentences, you're going to have to come up with it on your own. Okay? You're going to have to come up. You may have to look back up into the text and figure out what's going on there. So I want you to take a few minutes. I want you to go ahead and start revising this. I will give you about 15 minutes to do that. And then we're going to swap computers and see how much we grew based on the rubric. So use this rubric, and we're striving for 4s, okay? You have the answers in the rubric. So whatever the rubric says on 4 is what we need to make happen in our paragraph. Does that make sense? Any questions? Good? All right, let's get to work. Let's start revising. Give you just a few minutes. Yes. Yeah, dude. We're going to do the whole paragraph, okay? Take it one sentence at a time and really reference that rubric so you can make sure that we're going to get 4s. Raise your hand if you're done again. All right, those of you that are done, keep them up real high so we can all see. If you're done, raise your hand real high. I want you to find someone around you that also has their hand up and partner up. So like Michael and Titus, Shira and Derasia can partner up. Caitlin and Aneda can partner up. Zamir, you said you're done? Huh? Zamir, Jennifer, did you say you're done?
A little bit.
Zamir, why don't you and Jennifer partner up? Oh, you want to partner with Casaria? That's cool. Who else is done? Dolly, will you come over here and sit next to Zamir and partner up with him real quick? All right, those of you I just partnered up, what I want you to do is on the back side of that rubric, there's another rubric that says partners at the top. It says partner. I want you to trade Chromebooks with your partner. I want you to reread through their revised paragraph of that mediocre one. And I want you to grade it using that rubric, okay? And we'll see if our grade goes up, if we made significant increases to that paragraph, or if we still have a mediocre paragraph. Hopefully everybody's went up though. All the ones I saw have gotten much better than the paragraph I wrote, so that's a good thing. All right, so after reviewing our partner's paragraph, after they've revised it, and after you've regraded it using that same rubric, how many of you have discovered that we've made our paragraphs stronger? Whose paragraphs were stronger than the mediocre? Shira's? Nice, Kasaria, Jennifer? Yeah, good. What were some things that really caught your eye that made those paragraphs stronger? Jennifer? What was something that she did that you were like, wow, that was awesome, I'm going to do that in my paragraphs?
I put a lot of detail in it.
So lots of detail. They weren't very just basic and short and to the point, but they kind of elaborated, which is a word that we see a lot on the rubric, right? Elaborate. So good. Anything else? Michael, was there anything that Titus did? Or Titus, you gave Michael a great score. What was it that made his so great?
But it made it sound really good.
So elaboration and flowing, okay, not making it just be like very choppy. And here's a fact, here's a fact, here's a fact, but making the facts kind of blend together. Great. Any questions?
No.
We'll keep working. Any questions?